All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Crypto Casey version of crypto, an automated crypto trading platform and money management system that puts you in the driver's seat to control what you do with your finances and potentially automate as much of your finances via passive income as you want to. And you're going to see some pretty amazing things. I am your host, Edward Pereira. My co-host and good friend, Attila Hevesy, joins us. We're going to go through about 42 to 45 minutes of expectations and then also providing you as much value as we possibly can. And then we'll shift over to Q&A. Our target is to keep this right on 1 hour, 1 hour. And we'll keep each other in check. And like I said, you'll have ways to follow on. We'll issue a community link where you can join for free. You can interact there. The chat is open. You can interact with other participants and family members. If you have questions, please do utilize the Q&A. And if we haven't covered it through the presentation, then we will address it at the end. So yes, welcome everybody. I'm going to set some expectations and bear with me just a second while I share my screen.
Yep.
Okay, Attila, let me know when you can see this.
Yeah, it's coming up. Give it a second. Okay, it's there. Just make it a little larger. You got
All
it.
right. Yep. We'll make it presentation size. Okay. If I were to ask you to keep one word in mind, what you're going to see is transformation. What you're going to see does not exist anywhere else. You can look for it, but you won't find it. You're going to see something that was created by a programming genius, worked for Microsoft, has created something that first everybody said couldn't be created, and then he created it, both for the stock market and more recently for the crypto market.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most powerful income producing asset that exists. Keep in your mind, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. Think of in your mind of what you know about finances. What can you do to create passive income and create income producing assets? Little hints. You can own real estate, big problems. Nevertheless, we'll touch on it in detail. I'm going to give you a 45-minute overview of the value that this trading and money management system provides you. You're going to see a system that trades crypto, and I mentioned also stocks, two different licenses, two different universes, but they trade 24/7, 365 on the crypto side. You know that trading hours are shorter than that on the stock market side. We're going to show you what we've deemed a billion-dollar report within the system that identifies optimal trading opportunities. Trust me, don't get nervous. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to know how to trade. You don't have to know how to look at charts. It literally does it for you. You're going to see two live demonstrations. I'm going to show you a simulated platform or simulated account that I started March of 24. And then I'm going to show you a real live trader that I started for. I have a nonprofit called Gratitude Professor Foundation. What better place to create a savings account to grow my money like nowhere else, so that we can serve more people, just like we want to serve you at the highest level. And we'll show you what the system, why we call it a set it and forget it income producing asset machine. And you'll get a really good idea of that. So I do need to go over with you some disclaimers. Very easy. We're not promising you anything. We're going to speak factually of what this money management and trading platform has done since its inception, both on the stocks, which was 2001, and 2021 on the crypto markets. And you're going to be blown away. Blown away. Nothing that we're representing here should be considered recommendations or interpreted as guarantees or promises of any financial outcome, but we are going to show you what it's done factually. We're not going to make any predictions in the future, but you can surmise by its performance in the past that there's a possibility that it could continue in the same vein, particularly as we're seeing a little bit of positive news every day, particularly over the last year in the crypto market. And 4 years ago, when this platform was released, to now has been a 90% plus down market. But you're going to see that it has outperformed anything and everything anywhere else you could put your money. So by engaging in this content, you're acknowledging and agreeing that you're semi-adult and it's your sole responsibility to make your own financial decisions and outcomes. And we're going to give you some resources to where you can. We always suggest that you do your own research, and so we're gonna give you those resources to do such. And
Hmm.
lastly, um, whoops, I apologize, Attila. I've lost a slide. So
Yeah, I know. I know which one you're looking for. So
yep,
if you want me to explain to folks the background and everything while you're looking
yeah,
for them.
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
very good. So folks, my name is Attila Hevesy. My job today is to explain to you a little background of how it is that I met the creator, Ed Barsano, and how this all came about. Also, my background is purely financial. I've been in one way or another in the world of finance since I got to Florida many moons ago, originally from the Northeast. And so Mr. Barsano has a very rich history of programming. We're talking 51 years. He got out of the Navy and was one of the first people hired at Microsoft by Bill Gates, like one of the first 300 hired. And he was a rock star with them. He doesn't like it when I say this, but he really was a rock star with them as far as a programming engineer for 9 years, retired a young man, and got his clock cleaned in the 2000 stock market crash because he got into investing in the tech stocks, and he got really ticked off. So what he did was he decided to level the playing field for the average person, not the uber wealthy, but the average person. So he launched in 2000, 2001, a personal robotic autonomous stock market trading platform for the average person. And this thing rocked. Now, I was lucky enough to be introduced to him back in 2012 by a mutual friend, and he explained how the trader worked. I bought it on the spot because I always wanted to trade the stock market, but I didn't want to learn how. So it made all the sense in the world to me. And this thing really did work amazingly well. I actually helped to market it a little bit back then. They That marketing company sold $16 million worth of licenses at that point. But anyway, fast forward to March of 2024. And by the way, Mr. Barsano did end up selling that first version of the trader to a hedge fund that bought many licenses from him back in 2018. So I reconnected with Ed Barsano in March of 2024. I had a hunch that he developed a crypto trader somewhere along the line. And when I spoke to him and I tracked him down, I still had his number in my phone. He confirmed that. He did launch the crypto trader version, and he started from scratch, by the way. He redid the trader for the stock market and the crypto market. He started with the stock one and then he built a crypto one. And he said, Attila, when I turn this thing on, I discovered this is light years ahead. The crypto traders light years ahead of what we were able to do and what kind of results we were able to yield with the stock trader. And I asked him to explain a little bit, and he gave me four compelling reasons. Now, I want to give you the most important reason he gave me, and this should be the most important thing to all of you because on the slide of the most commonly asked questions that all of you have in your head or will have in your head as we go through this, one of them is my money safe and secure? That should be the most important thing to you all. So out of the four things he told me, the fourth one was the one that really did it for me because I've been full-time in blockchain, decentralized finance, and cryptocurrency since September 2020. Along the way, I've done very well. I have a nice portfolio, but I have lost some serious money as well. I've made more than I've lost, but nobody wants to lose the kind of money I lost. But why did I lose that money? I didn't control it. I gave it to a third party wallet, third party exchange. So when things went south, they controlled it, not me. So here's what Mr. Barsano said to me. He said, until I created a simple API connection to your Kraken or your Coinbase account. So you and only you control your money. And I said, Ed, that's genius because that is the biggest problem. This is a new nascent space. It's growing fast, but in any asset class or industry that's new, there are a ton of scams. So safety and security of funds is the most important thing. And I'll stick with that till the end. So I said, genius, Ed. I said, we got to bring this to the world. We've got to market this. So we kind of joined forces. Edward and I are the marketing arm on behalf of Ed Barsano. And just as a reminder, Edward mentioned it, that we are here today representing Crypto Casey as an education arm and a support arm for Crypto Casey's audience as it pertains to the Go Baby Trade platform. Okay. So anyway, I just want everybody to keep one thing in mind. Understand when we say set it and forget it, we're going to say that repeatedly today. We truly, truly mean it. And you'll see that in a few minutes with what Edward's going to share with you. But the second thing is just understand fully what this man with 51 years of programming experience, 25 to 26 of those 51, just in programming and creating robotic autonomous traders, he's got it down. Trust me, he's got it down. So this is not today. This is not a matter of does this work? Will it work? Can it work? It's been working 25 years, going on 26 very soon. So I want everybody to understand and to keep at the forefront of your mind. What has this man brought forth to the world? The following. Without anybody being an accredited investor, without anyone knowing a darn thing about trading, without anyone knowing a darn thing about cryptocurrency or stocks, you can now make money in your sleep. Let's face it, Warren Buffett said it best many, many moons ago. He said, look, if you're not making money while you sleep, you're going to work till you die. And I wholeheartedly believe that is true. So with that, Edward, which slide are you going to bring? Did you find?
I found that. I
Okay.
found the slide. Sorry about
Bring up
that.
the slide and then go to your traders.
Yeah, I will. I will do that.
All
So
right.
bear with me. Let me go to presentation mode. So
Sure.
here's, we've done this for about a year and a half now, and have made quite an impact on a lot of people's lives, including our own. We're Mr. Barsano is we're huge fans. He has created something again, as Attila said, that doesn't exist anywhere else, right? And the first things that comes to mind, particularly when you see this and some of the outlandish claims, what would appear to be outlandish claims that we make, you're gonna be skeptical. We understand that.
Normal.
Normal. If not, if you just said, "Oh yeah, let me jump out of the plane and I'll put my parachute on the way down," we would not be a big fan of that either. But again, at the beginning, I told you that we would offer factual based results, and anybody that knows the market, or even if you don't know the market, if you do know the market and you kind of paid attention to it, then what's happened over the last 4 years? It's been like a nosediving plane, except with this platform. And you're going to see that it turns the entire market on its head and takes all the stress and all of the issues away from making money in your sleep. I know that sounds strange, but here's some questions that you already have in your head that we're going to answer, and you're going to see that we answer. And then we're going to go back and remind you that we answered these questions, right? How do you know that the system's real? Well, it is. You can put in the chat, hey, is this system real? Is this, should I be concerned about anything else? And a lot of people, we have such a great following of people that have participated in the platform that come back on a weekly basis because they always get a little bit more of a nugget about the possibility of improving their financial future. So we don't pay any of these people to say good things. Then ask hard questions. Ask the hard questions. How do we know it's real? It is real. It's been on the market since the stock trader, since 2001. And a little tidbit about that is, let me ask you this. I just isolated the stock piece of the puzzle. Do you know TD Ameritrade? Do you know Charles Schwab? Do you know E-Trade? Do you know name 24 of them that are independent stock market exchanges? All of them called Ed proactively and he was surprised because he doesn't advertise, and asked him if they could pay him to connect the system to their platform so their clients could benefit. You don't get that kind of level of certainty and credibility by something that doesn't work. And yes, I know there's 1,000 scams out there. I promise you, this is not one of them. Does it really work? Yes, it does, and we'll show you. Do I control my funds, and is the system secure? Attila touched on it. That
We
those are
covered it.
that question should be at the top of the pile because
Yep.
if you've been in the crypto space at all, there are 9 scams to one real. We're real. Period. It's not hype. It's just truth. If the system's so great, we always get this. Why doesn't everybody use it? Well, guess what? Mr. Barsano and his team are programmers, not marketers. We established a very, very good relationship with, and I credit that to Attila and his longtime relationship since 2012 with Mr. Barsano. And we do like to talk about and serve people at the highest level. So we put together an agreement, a joint venture, to where we get to expose this to as many people as we can. The only angst that I ever have is when I wake up in the morning is how do we get more people faster to hear this message? Not to talk you into buying anything, but to expose you to the information so that you can make your own decision. Right? If you think that the current fiat system is treating you well, then you probably don't want to be in this presentation. Thanks for coming. Then you're looking in the wrong space. If you
Edward,
believe,
let me expand
yes,
on that for just 30 seconds.
sure.
Our philosophy, folks, is this. I'm talking to what Edward just said, that we feel that if you're 18 years or older and you work for a living, everybody, I don't care if you're a mechanic, I don't care if you're a homemaker, I don't care if you're a doctor, it doesn't matter your profession. Everybody should at least know that this exists and there is a way to make money in your sleep in this digital money revolution because there's 3 groups of people. And the biggest group of people are the ones that say, I've heard about that Bitcoin, I've heard about blockchain. I don't know how to monetize this for my family and I. I don't know an easy, simple way. I don't have time to learn this new space, blockchain, NFTs, AI. Their heads are spinning. You have one decision. Do I or do I not buy the license? You buy the license, you go live your life. This requires 0 screen time. You don't need to look at it. You will look at it to see what it's doing. Trust me on that one. But you don't need to participate. You don't need to tell it to do anything. This is not copy trading. So I just want to make sure everybody was clear on that point. And let me read the
Yep.
last couple of questions. How much does the system cost? And how much do I need to make to pay for the license cost and still make money? We're going to cover that. Actually, you're all fortunate because due to the fact that Crypto Casey negotiated with Ed Barsano, when you go to Ed Barsano's site, it's $44.99 for a 3-year license. We've negotiated, or she negotiated, $1,000 discount. So it's $34.99 for a 3-year license. That's about $3.19 per day to automate a portion of your life. So Edward, let's go to the I suggest you bring up your automation, your paper trading account first. And while you're doing that, I need to explain to everybody that here's the great news. Paper trading or simulation is the same thing. It's not trading with your own money connected to Coinbase or Kraken, but it's taking the same actions and generating the same profits as if you were live connected. The trader doesn't know the difference. So these results you're about to see on the paper trading account, the first one Edward's going to share, that's exactly the same results it would have been if it was connected to his Coinbase or Kraken.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Yep, just give me a heads up when it comes up.
Yep. Perfect. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look
Well,
at
this is great.
it.
This,
I
this is
swear this isn't planned. We didn't do it, but it seems like every time we do a presentation, there seems to be a profit in the system.
this
So
is
we'll
literally the
explain.
window that pops up when a profit takes place. It's down below, which he'll show you in a moment. But
Yeah,
this is the little window that says, "Hey, you've got a $56.74 profit."
in my sleep, and let's see what time it took that. So You just you click off. And by the way, if you have this system and it's running on your PC or your laptop or your phone, even turn the volume up, and every time it takes a profit, there's a cha-ching. It's so funny that he built that in. So um, all right. So I started this account back on, you can see the date here, March 25th of 2005. So a couple months and a couple of weeks, it'll be a year, and we'll do some math, and I'll show you the power. So you go, okay, wait a minute. If you made a whole bunch of money, then why is the account value below what you started? Don't be concerned about that, because the system is created to buy lots, meaning groups of shares as the market wiggles. And the system is no more complicated than prices going up a little bit, selling, prices going down a little bit, buying. So if you know anything about trading and you've heard of a scalper, a scalping trade mechanism, now anywhere else outside the system, you would have to take manual action. But when I say scalping, it's not looking for $1 million a trade. It's looking to take money as the market moves. Every time it wiggles, buy, sell, take profit. Buy, sell, take profit. So you look at this, and your eyes are going to be drawn to these red numbers. You go, well, if the system's so great, why are there minus signs? Well, it's been collecting inventory. It's got 23 lots of Bonk, 21 of Mondo, 19 Pepe, 21 Whiff. Zora I put in there because it wasn't originally on what I mentioned to you in the preview of the $1 billion report. So this one I'm not actively trading. I do have a couple of lots left. But as the market goes up and down and it collects inventory, this is going to sound very strange as well. A well-seasoned trader has a lot of inventory. And if the price is currently down, like we talked about it at the beginning, the market over the last 4 years has been down 90+%. Don't be afraid of this, because all it represents is, on paper, you have a lot of inventory. As the creator says, it's like having a 7-Eleven with all of the highest rated, fastest moving items on your shelf. You have to have inventory. If you don't have inventory and it goes up a little bit, you have one lot, you sell it, so what? If you have a lot of inventory and the market spikes, as you know, it does all the time. As a matter of fact, you'll see the bold in the bottom. I don't want to draw too much attention to that, but that tells you and shows you definitively when the market moves just a little bit, it snatches all the profit. So the account value, don't be concerned and focused on that, but do be focused on over that, what are we, 9 months? Little bit over 9 months. In 9 months in my sleep, untouched, no screen time, it's made $48,943.93. Now
Yeah, that's
that's
what I'm focused on, my traders. I'm
that's
focused
right.
on total profits taken, because that's all that matters. The trader takes care literally of everything else without a stop loss, without using leverage, and it never sells at a loss. Those three things are very, very important. If someone trapped me in an elevator and said, give me a 30-second elevator pitch on how this trader works, when the market goes up 3 to 5%, let's say, depending on where it's set on your trader, let's say 5%, the market goes up 5%, boom, it takes the money off the table for you. It goes down 3%, it buys more at a discount, waiting for it to go up. Is it going to go up? It's the most volatile asset class on planet Earth. You bet your bottom dollar it's going to go up. Now, Edward, Matt DeMeo has a very interesting question. He says, how much money was used for that $56 profit? Well, down below, you could point out two things. The first thing we want to point out, not only did it take the $56 profit, but look what it did shortly thereafter. It took 4 hours later, it repurchased that at a discount. It went down another 3%. It bought it back. What a great example.
What does Mr. Marsano call it?
Down is good.
Free money.
Free money.
Free money. So I don't know exactly what it's, so technically it would be whatever the sale price is minus the
Yeah.
minus the 56. And I don't think there's a reporting mechanism. There is a reporting
Oh, there
mechanism.
is one, but
Yep.
it would take too much time. We could
Yep.
answer that separately.
Yep.
Hopefully in the Q&A, we'll have time to get back to that question, Matt.
Yep.
But it's a real simple way to figure it out. It just takes a little time. Um,
Yeah, and
so
there's actually a report new to the system. By the way, all of this, once you buy the license, Ed Barsano and his team work tirelessly, day in, day out. I think he only comes out of the basement to eat and goes back. He is constantly working to our benefit there's constant upgrades on a weekly basis, and there has been for the last 25 years. But here's the great news. Every time it's improved, you don't have to pay an improvement fee. It is all included in the license fee, period.
right.
And we will be able
Well,
to show you that report to specifically answer Matt's question as we go into the Q&A.
so
But
the bottom line, before you move to your live trader through your nonprofit, I have one. I just want to summarize. We're coming up on the 25th of March, which is 2 months away. We're coming up on 1 year. We're at 10 months now. This thing made you almost $49,000 on $100,000 in your sleep without doing anything.
and without risk and without losing any money.
Okay, folks. And remember, even though it's paper trading, this would be the exact same results if this thing was connected directly to his Kraken or Coinbase account. You want to
Right.
bring up your nonprofit?
I do. Let me focus on
Okay.
or mention one thing. The closed positions is what you want to be concerned about because these are closed profitable positions that nobody can ever take away from you. You can save your profits or you can release when you save your profits, if you have a Coinbase account in this example, you could have a Coinbase debit card and it works just like a debit card, Visa, MasterCard, anywhere it's accepted. If you've got money in your profit saved bucket, all that does is it stays in this case USDC in your trader. I'm sorry, not in your trader, in your Coinbase account, and that
Yeah.
profit saved is invisible to the trader. You can manage that so you can save all your profit, part of your profit, none of your profit, and you're totally in control of it. So we
Right.
talked about we talked about income producing asset. If you saved 100%, which by the way, when you buy the license, it is defaulted to save 100% of your money. So you're captain and commander of your entire financial future. But
Hmm.
these profits, these numbers, which if you add those up, equate to this, right? These numbers continue to go up. These fluctuate up and down. And most of you know, if you've been watching the market, we are at the bottom of the market. There's tokens that should be one, two, three, $20 that are trading at fractions of a penny. A penny. I mean, look at Bunk. How many zeros are there, right? But it still makes money hand over fist. Here, it took $76 in a position. So with that, Attila, let me stop sharing, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to go back to sharing.
While you're bringing up the other one, let me answer Stephen L's question. How does the constant trading impact tax events? Folks, first of all, you all should realize that the trader has nothing to do with taxes. The trader is a tool that connects to your own Coinbase or Kraken. At the end of the year, in March, no, I'm sorry, in the end of January, beginning of February, Kraken or Coinbase will send you a reminder that on a certain tab, when you log in, is your profit and loss for the year. That's figured out by your exchange. You should not be in crypto. I'm not saying you're looking to avoid taxes, Stephen, at all, but that's not the purpose of making 30 to 100% a year with this trader. The purpose of the trader is obviously to be profitable and put your money to work and have your money multiply that same money in your sleep. So for years, you don't know how many years I prayed for a tax problem. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a lot of taxes to pay. That means I'm kicking butt. So don't ever worry about the taxes. That's one button you push at Coinbase or Kraken. It'll spit out the report. You give that to your CPA, and boom, you're done.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to bring up the other trader
Oh,
for now. This
okay.
one is live trading. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm done.
Uh, okay. Well, it's
Coming
not
up.
50. It's not $56, but it's still a profit.
Yeah, look
Three
at that.
dollars and 52 cents. Now, again, this is my live trader where I put some of our reserves from our nonprofit, which serves American heroes, to work. It's much better than putting it into a bank at 0.01%. This one you can see sentimentally. I've just mentioned to you is I set up the nonprofit for serving heroes. I started this trading account on September 11th of last year. And so we're only talking, what, 4 months?
Yep.
Right. In 4 months and started with $15,000. In 4 months, it's taken $2,264.51 in profit. So it's running at a pace of 4 months to probably 50 to 60%, which is close to what my bank's paying me. Not.
You funny guy, you.
Right. So, and you can see versus the other trader, this was says live trading. You can see that it's trading down here, trading autonomously, and it literally just keeps taking profits, right? If it made me, I mean, this represents. I know it's not a lot of money, but that represents a donation of $3.52 today by the trader, not by a donor, but by the trader into my nonprofit account, which allows me to serve more people at the highest level. And so if it literally grinds out, I mean, let me ask you this. If you walked out the front door and you found a $3.52 bill, I know that's a crazy example. Would you pick it up? What if it did it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, right? If the system costs you on average $3.19 a day, and I can promise you, you saw by the other trader how much it makes. And again, in a down market.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent.
is there anything
Excellent.
else you want me to point out here, Attila?
No, I think it's high time that we go to the billion-dollar report because people, one of the questions we get, folks, is how do I know which cryptos to trade when I buy my license? And that answer is there's two answers. The first one is Mr. Barsano created a bar. When you buy the license, it's in a gray box and it says default cryptos. You literally don't even have to think about it if you don't want to. You click that button and it defaults to three or four of the highest volatile cryptos that there are based on history. Or you could go to this report that Edward is about to pull up, and it's a back test over the last year that he does or he did that shows you based on 3% profits for these coins being traded in the trader, which ones are the most volatile. For example, that first one there is a meme coin. It even tells you what type of coin is this. It's meme or utility. Okay. So locked in had 1,510 trades closed in the last year. That's number one on the list. Now, I prefer utility coins. I'm not a big fan of meme coins, but the big ones that are never going away, in my opinion, like Shiba Inu and Gronk and what's the other big one? Doge. Those are not going anywhere. I mean, they have over $1 billion market caps. Some of them 10 billion. It's crazy. So this is a really, really valuable report. It tells you which exchanges the coins are available on. Like MOG, number 7, MOG is available both on Coinbase and Kraken. It tells you the breakdown of the last 8 months of each month, what the volume is.
Yep. Can I add a clarification? You mentioned
Yeah,
1,510. Any of these numbers, this whole report is based on a back test of closed profitable trades.
correct.
Because we mentioned, I mean, we kind of blew by it when we were showing the first trader, but the system is programmed specifically to never ever sell at a loss. All it does is collect inventory, waiting for the market to blip up. And if you've been watching the market, there are some that go up 50%, 100%, 150% very, very quickly. Now they may come back down very quickly, but guess what? You don't have to sweat it. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and it blips like that, it's representing the ability for you to take a profit. It does it automatically, and then if it drops back down, each 3% increment that it drops, it buys it back, waiting for it to happen the next time. Right? The
Correct.
the
Very
the
good.
the erratic and volatile nature of this market is what this trading and money management platform was created for. You cannot outthink over 3 million lines of code. This
And it
report.
literally has it literally has every if you scroll down, Edward, real quick, it literally has every crypto listed on Coinbase and Kraken. You could
Yep.
go to like number 300, 350, and I
Yep.
mean, to be frank, Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty low on the chart. They're not great coins to trade in the trader. I think Bitcoin's like in the 350 somewhere, but there's 427 coins. I mean, the 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 last one, USDQ traded once in the last year. That's a real good one. Yeah.
Yep.
So these are the
Here's
ones that
Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as far as volatility and 3% moves in order to take advantage of it in the trader, is number 415 on the list.
yeah.
So as Attila started when we talked about this report and we brought it up, this highlights the most powerful volatile coins and represents the ability for you to trade. Now, let me say this and it'll sink in later. The platform comes already defaulted with optimized settings over the last 25 years. Why do I say 25 years? Because all of the trading data and AI functionality that the AI enhancements, and we'll touch on that a little bit, have carried forward. Trading stocks that go up and down or trading cryptos that go up and down, they're just numbers, as Ed Barsano says. They're just numbers going up and down. But this represents the ability for you to tap in to the highest volatile trade coins profitably on a monthly basis. Comes out once a
Right.
month. It takes 3 or 4 days to compile it. It'll come out. It'll be published around the third or the fourth of every month. Now,
Right.
another thing we want to mention is you want to pick the proven strategy is you want to pick no more than two or three, maybe four coins that you just simply want to buy based on your own research, and it doesn't have to be your own research other than looking at this report, but you can then pick, you can either choose the default when you set it up, or you can go, I like SPA, and you saw mine, XCN, some of the other ones that I know just set it and forget it. And it
I got it.
literally is just that. And do not change the settings because I said they're optimized over 25 years. And do not think that you can jump in a coin and go, ooh, next month that something is looks hotter. Don't get the shiny object syndrome. Pick three coins and stick with them. Yeah, I'll make this. I don't
Exactly.
have I'll make this bold statement. I don't have a screenshot to show you, but Mr. Barsano started with $200,000 in a trading account when his very first trading account, December 19th of 2021. The market's been down over 90% since. That account on $200,000 has made him over $1 million profit. Simple math. That's 5x your money in a 90% down market. Oh, by the way, when he started it, there were only 30 coins, 35 coins on Coinbase, but he picked them and just let them run. They're not the most volatile. Now, obviously, there's enhancements that you
He
get to
did
benefit from.
he did all that with three coins. He
Yep,
stuck to three coins throughout the years. Now, let's bring up the Crypto Casey's link. If you could type that in.
I
Um,
can. Bear with
oh,
me.
yeah, type that in because I want to direct people. So this answers the very important question of which coins do I choose? How do I choose them? The other question everybody has is how much money do I need to invest in this to make it worthwhile? Folks, the more money you have in the trader, the more money it's going to make you. So we have people everywhere from $500 up to $1 million. And the max you could put in here is 2 million per trader. If you're over 2 million, you got to buy a second trader. Okay. So there are people with multiple traders because they're trading more than 2 million. But the average person, I mean, it doesn't matter what you start with, you could add to it along the way. So can you type in gobabytrade.com? We don't necessarily need
No, it's in the chat.
no, 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 no. I mean, bring it up and share the
Oh,
screen.
yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
bear with me.
So when Edward said before, DYOR, do your own research, we're going to show you where to go to do your own research. This is great because the creator, Ed Barsano, actually gives you so many resources with which you could do your own research. It's kind of mind-boggling. And then we'll show you that one link, and then we're pretty much ready to move right into the Q&A.
Yep. And this is, by the way, even though there's a little code at the end, this is Crypto Casey's link. And the one
Okay.
that I posted in the chat takes you to the exact same place. And what would you like me to highlight here?
Well, I just want to show people that there are videos, like put your cursor on videos. You don't need to open it, but when you go to videos, there's at least 15, 20 videos, most of them Ed Barsano explaining different concepts and about the trader. So you get
Hmm.
educated. Then you've got top traders, which we're going to cover in a moment. You've got trade counts, which is very interesting. But one of the best resources he has is a sample trader. I want to let everybody know. Click on that and open that link, Edward.
Yeah, and just for clarification, where it says trade counts, that's that $1 billion report. We just called it the
Correct.
$1 billion report because it provides so much value. But yes, this is a live trader. Let me know
This is
when
a
you can
live
see it.
trader. So what Edward mentioned before in the beginning, that we always have people on here that are very skeptical. So this is for the skeptical because you could literally come on here once a day, 3 times a day, or 40 times a day and watch what the trader is doing in real time. I mean, this was just at, okay, so actually, hold on a second. Filled orders.
Yep, the
The
last
last the last trade this one took was on the 13th, which was yesterday at 5:24 p.m. for 320. Now this is a large account. He started this at 200K, but this is a real account. So if you want to see history, all you have to do, and you want to see this working in real time, all you got to do is click on here and you can see the differences from day to day, the buys, the sells. It's brilliant. So let's get back, Edward, to that one screen that says top traders, because this is really where the rubber meets the road. This is a list of the top 50 traders, real people that own real licenses, and how much money they started with, which coins they chose, and what kind of results they've gotten back over the last 12 months. So the very, very top one, I don't know why somebody would spend 3,500 to $4,500 and only start with $163. But regardless, they 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 more than doubled that. They earned in their first year, in addition to their 163, $465, 284% profit. Number two, this person started with just over 5 grand, 162% in the last year. Another person starting very low, 215. Then the next one, $1,629, 13,000. So it's all over the map. It's up to you what you want to start with. But if you want to start with 1,000 and add another 1,000 every couple of weeks, you could do that. You could start with 10,000. You could start with 100. Your call. Okay. So we just wanted to show you this is available. Now, when you click on view details, it actually breaks it down for you and show you, okay, this individual was trading BTC, ETH, which is Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. Okay. I don't think Ethereum and BTC are good ones to trade. Regardless, this person made 284%.
no, this one made
I'm sorry,
this
162.
162.
162, right.
Right.
Okay. So that resource is there for anybody and everybody to access.
Right.
Edward, guess what? We
Yes,
we
sir.
went over by a minute. We said
Uh-oh.
42 to 45 minutes. We've been speaking for actually we started about 2 minutes after the hour, so we're kind
We
of
did.
right on target. That's a lot of information, folks, in a short period of time. We could easily speak for another 2, 3 hours. Many of you know that. We don't want to do that to you. We do want to be courteous of your time and answer your questions. Edward, you ready to go into the Q&A section?
Yes, but just before we do that, let me remind some folks,
Remind
and
them of what?
what we're remind them of the expectation that we set.
Okay, very
Each
good.
read through these and Attila, and give me your opinion on
We
whether
just
we
covered,
properly address
yeah,
them.
we just covered in the last 5 minutes the last two. In the beginning, you mentioned if the system's so great, why doesn't everybody use it? AI is really great too, and hardly nobody in the world is using that yet, compared to what it will be a year or two from now. Do I control my funds? And is this, I covered that early. Does it really work? Well, folks, we showed you two, well, actually three traders. The third one is that sample trader on the website that you could go to every day. Um, it's not a matter of does it work, will it work, can it work? It's been working 25 years. And the fact that it never sells at a loss, does not use leverage, and does not use stop losses should speak volumes to you. How do I know the system is real? Because we've shown you um, three real results today, and there's plenty of more. If you need to see more, I suggest you go to the website. So, did I miss anything, Edward?
I don't think so. Nope, that's good. I mean, we
Very
wanted to make
cool.
sure that
An-
we
Another common question we get is, is the stock trader a separate license? The answer is yes. You can't operate a crypto trader and a stock trader off of one license. So, and by the way, for crypto Casey, for everybody here today, the same discount would apply if anybody would want to. I don't know why you would want to do stocks. They're not nearly as volatile as crypto, but some people are just. Now, I am doing something that's become very lucrative for me. I'm just trading with a stock trader, SLV, that's silver, and the volatility is crazy good. So that's something that Ed Barsano says he's got a lot of people just trading silver all day long, or while the market's going on, because silver is not 24/7 like crypto.
Hey, Reese, thank you for the comment. Do me a favor. You've got it set to host and panelist. Can you make that same change your setting to everybody and post it? So Reese says, "Oh, it's real."
Yeah, he owns it. Very good. Okay,
Thank you for that. There
so
you go. Appreciate that. All right. Attila, you want to address the first? Andrew
yes.
is asking a question and a follow-on question.
Yeah, sure. Andrew owns the trader and says I have been active in Coinbase until I transferred my XRP to a cold wallet. Then they closed my account with my account tied to GoBaby. Is there a process I can perform to switch to Kraken? I answered him saying yes, you could definitely switch to Kraken. You do not have to purchase a separate license. That's not necessary. Let me see what the follow-up question is. Regarding the previous question, if for some reason you're unable to address my question during this webinar, yes. Um, you're going to need the corporate's help on switching over to Kraken. So as soon as you have funded your USD account, the only difference between the two accounts, Coinbase or Kraken, is in Kraken, you could do you could have your funds in US dollars only. In Coinbase, US dollars or USDC, which is a stable coin.
Yep.
Fund your Kraken account with some money and then send a message to support@gobabytrade.com. Tell them what you just told us, what you're looking to accomplish, and they will help you because
Yep.
that gets a little complicated sometimes. We don't want to mess it up for you. That's more of a technical question, but it could be done. You're not going to need to get another license. Not a problem.
And I just for everybody's sake, I put in support@gobabytrade.com. Also support@rctmarketingsystems.com. That is an email for non-technical questions. That'll go to our group and we'll address it. And then the third is a link to which you have access to it in the sample if you go to Crypto Casey's link, then this is just a direct link to the frequently asked questions, which is now AI driven. You can type it in, and every time somebody's asked and answered that question, you'll get the entire answer, multiple answers. So that's always a great resource. We forgot to point out as well. So, all right,
Paul,
you got Andrew's two questions unable. Yep, good,
Paul
good, good,
says,
good,
yeah, Paul
good.
says, I was on last week's webinar, but did not receive a recording of it from Zoom. Okay, so here's what you need to do, folks. We have all of our sessions recorded, and we have a YouTube channel. Just simply go to @financial intelligence, the number 4, the letter U, and you could access all the recordings. Most of them have our creator Ed Barsano in there. He actually had a previous commitment today, but yeah, they're all there. And
Yep, and apologize, Paul and everybody. We had a technical issue on the back end. That last week's just got posted to our YouTube. I just put the direct link in the chat as well. And if you go there, support us just by subscribing to our channel and turn on the notifications. And every time we post it, it'll pop up and let you know that there's a new version in. Now we're 2 seconds on financial intelligence is it's a educational financial education platform which we always post this content, but we are going to be expanding out. We're creating lots and lots of content that you can follow based on things that you may not know that you don't know. Forgot to mention a little bit of my background is that I served 32 years in the government, or as I lovingly call it, the matrix. So I can tell you what's coming and why. And we are going to create content that is going to share those, I say expose, but share those things that you may not know that you don't know. So stay tuned to that. We appreciate your support. So Paul and everybody, the new one is posted up there. So all right, David, My profit taking is never over
$1.
$1 account value 5,700.
Well, let me grab that one. If you put in $5,700, as everybody, this is one thing we didn't really cover heavily today. The system is built and designed to not put all your money in at once. In other words, that $5,700 is not all at play. And that's a function of the money management portion of this trader. So out of $5,700, it could be that only half of that is at play. I don't know. Send us an email because I don't know how many coins you are trading with, and I don't know if you've changed any of the settings. That could come into play as well. So it's hard for me to answer your question totally, but as a protection for everybody, it's a beautiful thing. Imagine if you buy the license and you throw $10,000 in, and all $10,000 is pulled into the trader, and then the market goes sideways or down for 3 months. Then you become a long-term holder of crypto. You're not trading the wiggles. So that the best part of the trader, in my estimation and Edward's estimation, is the money management portion of it. It manages your money and it knows exactly what portion to buy of which coin at what time, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, David, we'll offer this. Send us an email to RCT, supported RCT Marketing Systems. Happy to jump on a Zoom with you, review your account settings, make sure that things are optimized. It won't take us 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll make sure that it is optimized to make you as much profit as the market will give you.
Let me grab Helder's and then you could grab Ken's. Helder says, in which way is AI integrated into Trader? Very good question. Here's how the AI works. When your coin goes up 5%, it's ready to take the profit, but the AI kicks in and says, wait a minute, timeout. I see that there's a 95% probability or more that this is going to keep going up, this coin, this market. Don't take the profit yet. It waits. And it's not going to take the profit until the AI identifies, and it's 98% accurate right now. When Ed Barsano first programmed his traders with AI, it was only 35% accurate. It's now 98. So when the probability drops below 95% that it's going to keep going up, that's when it takes the profit. Conversely, same thing happens when it goes down. It goes down 3%. It's ready to buy more at a discount. The AI kicks in and says, wait a minute, I got to see if there's a 95% probability that it's still going to go down and you can buy it cheaper. And if there isn't, then it'll buy more. If there is a 95% probability it'll keep going down, it waits. Okay.
Yep.
And that's about a 20-minute. The AI can know in about what the trader is going to do in about the next 20 minutes or so. Okay, with 98% accuracy, which is unbelievable.
Yep. And until I just brought up the trader again, so people can see a visual of how when AI gets involved. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So here the AI got involved that said, "Hey, it's going to keep going down, so don't buy it yet." Here is a normal profit goal reach, which by the way, my traders are set to buy at 3% dips and 5% increase, 5% profit target. And then see, this is where AI got involved in the sale, in the sale.
Yep. Yep.
And it's literally that easy. So there are only two AIs in the system, but they work super smart. And I in a longer version, but I'll give you this very short version. The stock trading algorithms and data collected and the crypto trading they're all clean because that data comes from an intranet. Every system that is out there, meaning every license that somebody owns, is writing back, whether it's stock or crypto, writes back to the database, the AI database, per minute. Every minute it's writing it, which means every minute it's getting smarter. And with tens of thousands of traders in the marketplace, that's a lot of data. And I dare say, and I've done the research, there isn't a smarter AI, even though these are simple AI agents. There's not smarter ones on the market to do anything because, as Attila said, 98% accuracy. I wish I could have that percentage accuracy in most of my life, right?
Yeah. Saeed is asking, can I download one license in more than one device? Well, I mean, to see what you're trading, it's not downloadable software anymore. It used to be years ago. It's web based. So if you want to pull up your trader on a phone and you want to pull up your trader on your laptop, you could do that, but you can't trade Coinbase with one license and also trade your account over at Kraken with one license. Okay, so I'm sure that's what the bulk of the question was.
Yeah, and it just yeah, as a follow up to that is that since it's web based, any secure web browser from any platform will work, whether it's iOS or Android, and excuse me, it does allow multiple point sign in as long as it's your credentials, and it does if you've ever signed into it, it captures the IP address. So you could have it on your phone and you can have it on your laptop and another desktop or whatever the case may be, and it'll let you access it. But it's still 100% secured to your credentials. All
You
right.
want to go?
You want me to
Grab
get
it?
Ken?
Yeah.
Okay. This may be a question suited for email, but here it goes. I started in April 2025. To date, I have $1,944.45 in
All
profit.
right.
I had
Good.
hoped to make my $3,500 back in less than a year. Don't give up yet.
Yeah, you're
The
not at a
market
year
is
yet, buddy. You got
the
four
mark
months to go.
the market is and actually if you take that let me just do some simple math. So if you take your what is it 1944 divided by what 9 no divided by 8 times 12 you're looking at close. You're looking at $2,900 profit. That's if it doesn't do anything else but what it's been doing. But the market's starting to heat up a little bit, and you saw when we showed the traders, the profits are getting more frequent. Now, no guarantee, but I think that, um, in my humble opinion, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Read the rest of the
Particularly,
question. Read the rest of the question, Edward.
I didn't read the whole question. Oh, okay. So about less than a year, I have $12,500 active in my Coinbase account. I want to add more to my account, but I feel like the coins I chose aren't performing as well as some of you guys. How do I make those changes? So certainly we can show you how to make those changes, but it's best done if we set up a short Zoom with you because it's gonna make a whole lot of sense in context. We don't know the unknowns are, and you do know, but we'll show you where to look of how much money of the 12.5 is currently being utilized. And there are ways where you can wean yourself off of a token. Yes, in some cases it is worth switching, but not as a standard practice. But we can help you with
No.
that. But you would there are settings within the system that allow you to stop buying and allow sell. So you're not losing anything or selling those positions that you currently have, but you can reallocate the rest of the money to some other tokens that you may deem better performing than the ones that you have. So by all means, Ken, send us a note at support at RCT Marketing Systems, and we'll be glad to set up a short Zoom. And just let me touch on our support mechanism. We have two teams, both the Go Baby Trade support team and our team. We don't leave you hanging. This is not a send us a question that doesn't get answered. We will
Yep.
answer your questions and we will take you through as we would any member of the family, and we consider you, whether you own the trader yet or not, as part of the Go Baby Trade family. So you want to pick up Dennis's?
Yeah, what is the Dennis is asking, what is the price of the Go Baby Trade subscription license? It's normally $44.99 on Mr. Barsano's site, but like I said in the beginning, maybe you came on late, Dennis. Crypto Casey has negotiated a $1,000 discount. It's $34.99 for 3-year license. Breaks down to like $97 a month, $3.19 per day to automate a portion of your financial life. There is no monthly payment installment option. We are looking at various options in that regard, and when we have a solid answer for you, we'll let you know. But what most people do is if they want to pay monthly, they just use their card and they pay monthly to their card. So, but I understand some of these banks charge ridiculous amounts of interest.
Yep.
The other question, Dennis has another question. For a lot of countries, you are taxed when you trade cryptos, specifically for every trade that you buy and sell, and not taxed when you hold the crypto asset for long term. That sounds like more of a statement than a question. Again, I mentioned taxes before. Um, that's a function of the cryptocurrency exchange like Coinbase or Kraken. Um, and that's still developing. You know, the Clarity Act is not even out yet. That's coming sometime this year. So hold your horses on the taxes, but rest assured, coming up in less than a month, your Coinbase and your Kraken will send you an email saying, hey, your tax report is ready. Click on this button on the website when you sign in. Okay. So,
I have a little comment to add to it. Another
sure.
hidden gem in this trader is that it's set to, for example, since it never sells at a loss and it only collects inventory, right?
Right.
Let's just say you bought XRP at $3 and it went down, which it did, and it kept collecting inventory, right? Let's say it went to $2, which it did, and it bought more lots, more tokens. Um, if it goes to 250, it will have taken, um, it would have closed two or three of those open lots. Now, the interesting thing is that the way that Coinbase looks at it is that it looks at all of your inventory as less than or a loss under that $3 window. So if it goes to two and it goes to 250 and you keep trading down here and taking profits, what happens down here, even though it's profits, Coinbase reports it as you've sold at a loss because it's not above your original purchase price. Is that called FIFO?
No, it's the other one. I think
LIFO?
LIFO.
HIFO? So but nevertheless, if you bought it at any particular lot of at $3 and you continue to trade down below and take profits below that original purchase mark, everything's being reported as a loss.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why, but it's a benefit. No, by the way, we also didn't mention that when people also often ask about fees. Well, do my fees eat up my profits? No, and no. Here's the reason why. If you have a 3% or a 5% profit margin that your or profit target, what it does. Yeah, thanks, Matt, for clarifying. Um, FAFO. So it builds in, so it's 3%. It already knows based on the fact that it connects to in this example is Coinbase, and it knows because it connects to Coinbase Advanced two things. It lowers the fees because it's trading through Coinbase Advanced, and it is a case of building in that profit margin to include the fees. That's another hidden gem because if it's 3%, it'll let's just say it changes the target to 3.15% to cover the fees. So your net, when it shows the profit, those are net based on what your profit targets are. And another gem, they're still recorded in Coinbase the fee to buy and the fee to sell. Even though you're not paying them net because the trader takes care of it for you, you can still deduct them. Those are costs of trading. So, two huge nuggets. So, Stephen, are there plans to make a non-custodial version?
Let me
Good
let me let
question.
me let me answer this one for Stephen. He says I can't use Kraken in New York City, so would need to use Coinbase. It's common that Coinbase closes trading accounts, blah blah blah. My concern is that if I purchase GoBaby and get locked out of Coinbase, I have no other options. I have a dear friend in Woodstock, New York, that's been using the trader for over 2 years. No problems with Coinbase at all. So and we have, Ed Barsano has other clients in New York, so you should be okay. I mean, if you want to first establish it, I would first establish an account with Coinbase and just make sure you got all your T's crossed and your I's dotted. But you should be fine. I mean, it's just a API connection. It's pretty common. So I hope that answers your question, Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen, and we've not heard of anybody being locked out as a result of anything to do with Go Baby Trade. What I can tell you is their security is getting tighter and tighter. So the reason why some people sometimes get locked out is if their Coinbase account gets breached, which by the way, a good thing to mention, and you can go into the frequently asked questions, or just you can better yet go into YouTube and type in how do I turn on my allow list. This is Coinbase specific. If you do not have your Coinbase set to approving withdraw addresses, which is the allow list, then you are susceptible to a breach. If you have multiple factor authentication and somebody still gets past that, as long as your allow list is on, somebody penetrating your account puts in a withdraw address, it automatically alerts you and locks that address, that withdraw address, for 48 hours. Which when it alerts you, it says, "Oh, you've just added an address," and you go, no, I didn't." You can go in, delete that address, and it blacklists it, so you never have to worry about that again. But please do look into that. If you have Coinbase and you've never heard of Allow List, turn it on now.
By the
Okay.
way, Edward, we forgot to mention the best part about when you own the trader and you go onto any section under menu, you've got now Ed Barsano is programmed in there and question and answers and videos. Like he'll have a
Yeah.
video that you click on for that particular section, and he explains everything you need to know about it. If you have any doubts, it's really wonderful. Um, Now, Dean has three questions. Dean says, I have had Go Baby Trade for 6 months. How can I see if I'm set up for 3% dip and 5% gain? Well, you go into the settings section, okay, which is right under select currencies, and you could see it there. That's where it lists your percentages. Ed helped me set it up, and I have not changed anything. Well, if Ed helped you set it up, I would just keep your settings where they are. You're in good shape. You really don't have to worry about it. By the way, Dean, thank you for this testimonial here. He says, my 6 months profit, I put $37,500 in the trader. My 6 month profit is 3570. And I guarantee you out of that 37,500, the trader's not using more than 15, 13 to 15 grand, probably less. So that's pretty amazing. That's
Yep.
that's that's
Can you
awesome.
see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this was under edit strategy, right? Right under the menu, edit strategy. Okay. All of these are defaults. And if you think you've maybe goofed something up, just look at the default settings, far right-hand column. And if it doesn't match the left, then you can adjust it. So when you go profit per trade, it's defaulted to 3%. All you have to do is go in and change it to 5%. And as I said, mine are set at buy at 3% dips and 5% sells. And then hit all save all settings, and that's it. Go back to set it and forget it.
Right. Right.
Right. And if you're curious as to how much you're in Dean's case again as well, if you're curious to see how much the trader is utilized, I think I have the proper screen. There we go. Yep. So this is the nonprofit account that I mentioned to you, right? So whatever amount of money, I think it's $2,600 it's taken so far on 15,000, it's only used 7,000.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
there's
just mentioned. That's what I
right,
just mentioned in Dean's case. I
right.
said it's probably used. Look, on your 15,000, it's only used seven. That's great.
Yep. And it may be, that's I brought it up for Dean's benefit and everybody else, is just go to the select currencies and you'll see how much profit it's saved if you're saving profit and how much cash is remaining, which means that here's the initial cash distribution, here's the amounts that have been used per coin and what is remaining per coin.
Right,
Right?
right, right.
So
Yeah, great. Thank you, Edward. The last question in the Q&A section, there's a couple in the chat. It's from Saeed. He says, I'm in Canada, which is the better exchange to attach the trader to, Coinbase or Kraken? I think Coinbase, wow, Bitcoin just went over approaching 98,000, just came across my phone. Um, I would say Coinbase up there is better, more reputable. I would go with Coinbase. Plus, don't forget in Coinbase, you could keep your money to be traded by the trader in USDC. There are inherent benefits of doing that in the long run. So that's a beautiful thing. Kraken is just USD, US dollar, or in your case, Canadian dollar, I guess. But thanks. Good question, Saeed. Really good question. So Dave is asking for taxes. Do you recommend a coin tracking software subscription service? For Coinbase. Yes, I do. There's you could Google that. There's like 5 good ones, and you could read about them. They're not expensive, and it's a good way to go. It does do a good job. Again, that's an API connection as well.
Right.
Uh, Edward, there was a question here about a nonprofit by somebody that I wanted
Yep.
you to answer. Did you see that one?
I did not. I did not.
Okay, let me.
If you would ask the question, because you just prompted me by reports and taxes and all that kind of stuff, and one of the newest reports that the Go Baby Trade has created, I'm going to bring up. But go ahead and ask that question.
Well, I can't find it now, but I'll bring up your report first, and by then I should have
Okay.
found it.
So filled reports. So this is under menu trader reports. So let's see. Filled reports is one of them. That's not the one I was looking for. Bear with me. Trade reports. All right. Trade reports. You can say based on closed, and it's defaulted to January of 2000, but it'll give you the current. It will give you a complete trading report, which you can
Wow.
copy and paste it into Excel, and then you can segregate it by coin. But it shows you every single trade opened and closed, what your open fee is, what your close fee is. So you can quickly add up for and yes, you'll get reports from external resources, but these are validators as well. And then it shows you total profit through it's set as profit and loss, but it never takes a loss.
That's
So
cool.
that's a hugely beneficial report. And
Yeah.
I would suggest that you play with it because there's all kinds of things you can do. And then when you do own the trader, the daily profit report, it will send you, but then it keeps an archive of, right? It'll send you by email. So you'll
Only if
know
it's
exactly
only if it's taking a profit that day.
only if it's taking a profit, right? And it shows you just as it does in the filled order section, it shows you all of the details of what, when, what price, how much, and
Yep.
so on.
Cool. I found the question.
Okay, cool. Ask
Paulie,
away.
Paulie Reach, is it Reacher? I'm not sure. Paulie R is asking, I have a charitable religious trust account. Should
Mhm.
I just open a second portfolio account connected to my personal, or do I need to run the trust through a coinable business account? Probably meant Coinbase business account. Do you guys have a trust account connected to Coinbase?
So the answer, the way that I have it set up is all I did was took my main Coinbase account and created a portfolio. As long as the funds and the transactions are segregated, you should not have a problem whatsoever. I don't have it in a trust. That is coming, by the way. So you're one step ahead of me. I would ask whoever set your trust up if you uh, if, if you can count it as part of the trust. If you have a trust structure, and I know this gets a little bit more detailed. If you have a trust structure which you and the trust are in, or you're in the trust, then it's all one entity. But I would definitely get some tax and trust structure advice. But it's super easy to set up a separate portfolio and just fund it. That's how I do it. Right.
Yeah, yeah, great. Well, Edward, great job. I mean, we went a little bit over. Our goal was a maximum of an hour with Q&A, and we went an hour and 15. So that's a record. That's awesome, actually. Folks, don't forget in the chat, Edward has posted the $1,000 discount crypto KC link. If you want to buy the software, we are here to help you. Let's say you're confused about how to connect the API connection and you want a little help going live. You just email us and we'll set up a time and we'll do a little Zoom. Trust me, it'll take us less than 5 minutes to get you live. Okay. So there it is again. It was just posted again. And then the customer support emails, right to corporate and to us is in there as well. Support at gobabytrade.com or support at rctmarketingsystems.com. So we're here every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. on behalf of Crypto Casey's audience. So this is for you. We invite you back. And Edward, great job. All I could say is, folks, go forth and multiply your money. This works. This is as real as it gets. 25-year track record, almost 26. And we're fortunate enough to know a genius that brought this forth to the world. and anybody can engage. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, yes. I hope you took away value out of this, and you know a little bit more than you did before. Again, you can always use the same link to register. You're also welcome to. I'm just posting in the chat if you want to join our free community, which is a lot of like-minded people that just want to make their lives better. And for the gentleman that has a nonprofit, obviously you're making other people's lives better as well. I'd like to give a special thanks to our good friend Matt DeMeo that is joining us, has joined us today, and also has given us some feedback and pointers, which is why it's an hour and 15 minutes, not 3 hours and 15 minutes. So we appreciate that. And I always want to shout out to my good friend Tad, who's online. And I want to say thank you for the bottom of my heart for the opportunity to add value to your life. I hope you take that away. And we are here. We're not masks behind the screen. We are open. We put our pants on same way you do, backwards, and try and make the best of what we can of the day and of our lives. Keep in mind, I mentioned at the very beginning, where can you cash flow your money? What opportunities do you have that to create a cash flow income producing asset? You can buy property, takes a lot of money. You can do a couple of other things like buy expensive stocks and it spits out dividends on a regular, or you can create a business called Go Baby Trade and just let it asset produce profits for you in your sleep. So much appreciated, Attila. Always great to have
Yeah.
you. Always great to be here. We'll have Mr. Barsano. Please do join us again. Mr. Barsano is normally here 98% of the time. We appreciate you. We thank you for your valuable time. We appreciate you investing a little bit in us, and be on the lookout for the recording probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. With
Awesome.
that,
Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of the
all right.
week. All
Very
right. Bye
good.
for now.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.